Now we are reviewing the DaVinci Code, starring Tom Hanks and Ian McKellen and many more. Now, yes, Paul Bettany has a role in this movie. Alfred Malonia has a role in this movie. This sequentially follows the story of angels and demons. Yep. Yes, again, it stars Tom Hanks, and it's a Dan Brown novel adapted into a movie. It's not quite the Holy Grail, but it's like a puzzle to search for the Fountain of Youth. I don't know. I don't really remember what the whole premise of the movie was, because I haven't seen it in a long time. I just know that it does involve some of Da Vinci's art, hence the title, the Da Vinci Code. And the Mona Lisa on the cover of the DVD. And yes, it's a well-written, well-directed movie. Just like Angels and Demons was, instead of Ian McGregor, Ian McKellen has a role in this movie as, again, the bad guys. The Brits are always the bad guys in these movies. I don't know why. Dan Brown, he really wanted that, I guess. This movie came out in 2006, I believe. And it could have won Oscars, I don't know fully. But the mystery of the movie is a puzzle piece. A puzzle to figure out that the church was actually corrupted by yet another father, which was very interesting. Yet another priest. Paul Bettany's character is very, very creepy in this movie. I mean, I can hand it to Dan Brown that his villains are unhinged in lots of ways. Yes. The Sistine Chapel does show up in this movie. I believe so. Maybe that's Angels and Demons. This one, the Louvre is in this movie because it takes place in France, mostly. The villain is British, The good guy's American. What's it with wanting to make the British the bad guy? I mean, even Braveheart, they, well, they actually had, they were actually okay with making British villains because it was told from Scotland's point of view. So, Braveheart was completely fine in making the English the bad guy. The Patriot 2, but they aren't Tom Hanks movies. They are Mel Gibson movies that are absolutely good. Anyway, this movie right here, great story, great cast. I mean, Ian McKellen just does a good job playing the villain. He would go on to act the villain in Flushed Away, and absolutely be good at it. Tom Hanks would be in Toy Story, The Circle, Captain Phillips, Greyhound, well, he was in Forrest Gump before this, because Forrest Gump came out in the 90s. Along with Toy Story. Yep. Tom Hanks is just everyone's actor. Well, yes, he was in Saving Mr. Banks after this. As Walt Disney. I know. The doctor of history from this movie. Is it just me? Or are Angels and Demons and DaVinci Code basically Indiana Jones but for mystery films? Because, yeah, Hans Zimmer once again did the music to this movie. The titles of some of the songs are in French. I mean, it's fitting for where the movie takes place. And the fact that it shows the Louvre and the Eiffel Tower. In it. And yes, the fact that it has Tom Hanks in it is also pretty awesome. Now for the rating and the runtime. This film was rated PG-13 for disturbing images, violence, some nudity, thematic material, brief drug influence, and sexual content. That's weird, because there wasn't really any sexual content in this movie. And it's 149 minutes long, or 2 hours and 29 minutes long. Good movie with good score by Hans Zimmer, obviously. Good follow-up to a story of Angels and Demons. Dan Brown is obviously a good author, and yes. And that concludes it for Season 2, Episode 9.